Hello, hello, hello. I wanted to do my load order video. I have tried to do this a bunch of times recently and just has not worked out for me. So I keep either wanting to change something or do something different. But this is Cage's game as it stands right now. And this was the new load order that I created, and you're going to be seeing videos of all of this. But this video is actually more recent than what you're going to be seeing, like for the building a new game, and then you're going to see some Cage playthrough and stuff. But I've gone through and I've played enough to where I'm fairly confident in this load order and the way it plays for me. So I just wanted to start here and start just sort of showing you what I have in my game. Of course, you can choose to do differently as always. Pardon me, got a gnat in my face there. Okay, so we got the patch, of course, always dragons. Dragonborn delayed. Dawnguard starts at level 40. This is the Cathedral Concept lightweight grass. Now you will see that I have a kind of a mashup of Cathedral stuff. I have Skyland all in one, and I have some other little things, odds and ends, that I like, such as Gray's Dense Forest. It's fall in Skyrim. I like the fall colors and stuff. The Autumn of Whiterun, of course, that kind of goes with Gray's Dense Forest. I have Enhanced Lights and FX, and I also have Cathedral Weathers and Seasons, Sarcastic Dragons Dynamic Moons, display enhancements. This is just, you can disable Bloom and or Eye adaptation. I only disable Bloom. Amazing Follower Tweaks, Enhance Mighty Dragons. Amazing Follower Tweaks. This is a add-on boost. It allows you to have up to 7 followers. I just threw this in here for fun. I'm not really even using that many followers. My Home is Your Home. Sky HUD, because I love the Oblivion HUD look that this gives you. I just think it's fun. Genesis, dynamically increase your this is for your dungeons to help them repopulate more, and you know, it's fun. Just it keeps it fun, so when you're going back to a dungeon, it's not gonna, hopefully it's not always going to be empty. The Taylor's Measure, the Genesis surface spawns. You get some ambushes that occur, and it can be different things. You'll get a lot of bandits, but you can get other things as well. This is unique armors and weapons, so that you can craft all these different armors and weapons. Free camera, mainly I use that for our shows, and I don't even use that all the time, but it's here. I kept it. This is the No Friendly Fire for Amazing Follower Tweaks, so your followers are not always fighting each other. This is free crafting, so that you can just craft anything, any vanilla item, right off the bat. Even at level 1, you can just walk up to a forge and craft like dragon plate armor if you wanted to. Craftable clothing allows you to craft most of the clothing in the game. I'm not going to say all, because I have this feeling that there was something slight, just a few things that are missing, but I can't remember what they are. So just understand that that's, you know, you're relying on an old man's memory. Anyway, no enchantment restrictions and unlimited enchantments. I use these. It makes enchanting more fun. If you're playing like I do on Legendary with those crazy dragons, it's more fun. Superhuman jumping, the Magical College of Winterhold, improved candles, because I like them, the Incredible Small Inn Overhaul. Now, this mod does say that it's not compatible with enhanced lighting and FX. However, I've not been having any trouble, other than the fact that a few lighting FX are not exactly in the right place, because the Incredible changes the ends. But If you had any issues, then I would say, especially going in and out of ends, I would say this is probably the suspect mod and get rid of it. But I'm being daring because I like this mod. And I didn't want to give it up. And there's no patch for it yet unless they've put it out in the past few days while I've been working. These are the TNF homes. These are the ones that I like the best, and I kept those. And that gives me, if you think about where they're located, that gives me one on the far west, one central, and one on the far east of Skyrim. So that's plenty good for me. I like the powerful torches. This is Forgotten Dungeons. Gives you about 60 dungeons, most of which are Radiant enabled, and some of them are quite huge. It can be quite fun. Easier Riders Dungeon Pack, it just adds a few more, and some of them have a different style, which are fun. So, Unique Bridges of Skyrim, that's just to make things fun for me. Cheat Room, of course. Lampposts, I like that. This little goodies chest is something fun you can play around with. I keep this mod mainly for the NPC spawn, though. It says it'll spawn any NPC. That's not really true, but it does spawn a lot of NPCs. So, crafting supplies. This is convenient. It gives you these chests located in Whiterun. Pardon me, don't know what that's about. And you can pick up really almost all the crafting supplies you will ever need. There's like one or two items that some other mods might need that you won't have, and you can grab them out of the cheat room, but for the most part, like 99% of the time, this covers what I need. This is the main base armor replacer I'm using. It's not skimpy, it's just an OPPAI for fitted armor replacer. This is the Light Guard armor overhaul. Now there is a heavy duty one, which is beautiful. This one is still very nice. Maybe just a little less so beauty, but it's very good. And I just didn't have the space for that big one. And you combine that one with this one, and it gives you the cool Legion armor for the Civil War, and the what does it give you? The Authentic Legion, the Heavy Legion, and it gives you the Stormcloak armors, which is nice. And then Opulent Outfits. This is cool because it changes up the robes, and oh, pardon me, I've got a little bit of a cold going on, so I'm trying not to cough. Hold on just a second. I do apologize, but I don't know why. I couldn't wait for cooler weather to get here, and now I'm trying to get a cold. It's stupid. Anyway, we got the improved blade stats here. These are unplayable faction armors. These are factions like the Silver Hand, Iron Hand. This is a bunch of armors that are being added to the game. It's very nice. Then here's my usual armors that I use for some of the girls, like the Berserk Sonya. There's the Stark armors. I failed to mention part of my whole mashup and my theme. You'll notice a lot of these armors are Nordwar UA armors. These are by Nordwar UA. That's by Nordwar UA. This is by Nordwar UA. This is by Nordwar UA. Let's see. That's by Nordwar. That's by Nordwar. So you see a theme here. I really like the work of that modern, so I was trying to feature that as well. So just wanted you to know that. And then there's these other armors. Now this one, I think I still need to do a show on this one. I don't remember seeing that one. That one looked new to me. I just hadn't seen it. Then you have that armor, and you have this katana crafting, which I thought was a good mod. Nightingale Forever, I like that, and I like those shields. And you'll recognize this. Some of the girls wear that. And then I like Doc Steel Urchin. It's the only mod I know of that gives us this really spiky, thing. I still keep the little Thor's hammer around because I like it. I don't use it all the time, but I do have a Thor character that we see occasionally. This is like my favorite small bow mod. Now there is another very cool bow mod. I don't remember the name of it right now. I can find it. I've done a show on it before, and we can look at that. It's very nice. These are more shields that I like. Again, a small mod too. Armored circlets. This allows you to create armored circlets, so they're light and heavy armor. And this is just for Nocturnal's clothes in case I needed to create them for any reason. I don't even know if I need that anymore. Craftable Elven light armor, again, just if I needed to craft light armor, or it also affects the Ebony Mail if I need to craft that for any reason, or if I just wanted to. So this is where I have basically armor additions and changes is all down through here. Most of these down here are additions starting from there. Most of these up here are changes. You might say, what is, I think I have, let's go back down here. The exception kinda might be these two. This is really just making those craftable. It adds them to the forge, but it doesn't really change the way they look, so I left it down here as kind of an add to the forge. And the same with this, it's just adding it so you can forge it. It's not really making a huge change, but still. So I put it down at the add. I mean, you could put those up at in the replacer part, I guess, but they're not really replacing the armors. They're just adding them to the forge. And you could move them even higher probably, but I like keeping it down here with the other armors. It just, to me, that logically makes more sense. This is NPC replacers right here. Even that, which really just adjusts her weight. This is additional NPCs, which this is really the only additional NPCs I have right now, except for my followers, which we have those, and that's all I have of those. It's just those. Then I get into my character mods, like for Cage and stuff. Right now, I have these male presets. I don't have any female presets right now. And you might notice, anyway, there's a couple of mods that are missing. I don't have the R246 mods. I don't have the Definitive Beauty Pack because there's kind of a little bit of a conflict going on there, and I really don't want to have any issues or cause any issues. So I think I've already accidentally caused enough trouble there, so I'm moving on. So I'm avoiding, R246 took their mods down, and so I'm just not going to use either or any of those. I'm going to find my own way and do my own presets. Not do my own presets. I'll find some other presets to just give me a launching point. All I really need is something that gives me a good base, and then I can create my character from that. So it shouldn't be a problem. Anyway, so you might notice a difference. My girls are going to change. They're not going to look the way they look right now. I can't tell you exactly what's going to happen, but they're not going to look exactly like they look now. Alright. So enough of that. But these are my body mods, and these are my person, character, and NPC textures. And then we get into where I do textures for the game. These are textures for anything that needs texturing, including my map, including the flowers and the divine wolves and the insects. And then I'm calling this, there's only one item here, and it's just the Cathedral Water overhaul. But I'm calling this is my water. And if I had any water mods, I would put it here. But, mind you, I'm only using this one. Because I put that in here and it works fine, and I have Skyland All-in-One has like a little, all it does is do a color, so it colors your water green. Let's see, what does he say? Slow green? I think he says it's slow green. Well, okay, I guess I did not do a good enough job of reading that, did I? Anyway, I'm pretty sure he said slow green. What it covers, I'm probably being slow. You've probably already seen it and I missed it. Oh, Skyland Watercolor Slow Green. I preferred the blue color, but you know what? This is an all-in-one pack. It kind of keeps the size down. It keeps me from having to have so many mods. I appreciate it. So, green is fine. Green is fine. So anyway, these are my textures, and then that's my water overhaul. And it gives it new improved textures in addition to the first ever water edge fix. It says it doesn't interfere with anything else, so if it works, and so far I'm not seeing any issues, I'm like, put that thing in and leave it alone. If it's working, don't bother it. Now this is some replacer mods, and I've been over this before. These are replacer mods that, for whatever reason, the way they work or the way they're done, if I put them up with my other replacers above my body mods and stuff like that, it will give them the face problem. You know what I mean? The face glitch that's bad and ugly. But if I put them down here below my body mod and below, let's see, what else do I have besides body mod? I currently do not have an eyes mod, which I will probably add one in here since I removed some other things. But for right now, you really don't have to have an eyes mod. An eyes mod is good and cool, but you don't have to have it. But anyway, if I was going to put one in here, it would probably be right above the presets, something like that. Or maybe right, I don't even know if it would matter. Would it matter? A lot of times I go by this little thing here where it gives you like that little snapshot of a load order. A lot of times I will look at that and I'll go, okay, and then I kind of do a quick little thing and then test it and see if it works. Nonetheless, I'm getting off topic. I apologize really bad. This is another reason I have failed in my other load order videos, but we're going to continue on this time. So these are those mods, replacer mods, that have that issue, and I can usually move them down like these. I can move these down below my body mod and stuff, and eye mods and all that, and it's fine. They work fine. So that's why I do that. Alright, so then we enter into what I think of as the bottom of the load order, which also includes patches. In this section down here, anything that the modder says needs to be in the bottom of the load order, or if I find through testing and playing and stuff that it needs to be in the bottom of the load order, this is where I put it. This is where it goes. So, including patches. So all these things, and this is Aesthetic Elves because they say to put it down the bottom of your load order. I can't remember if this says that or not, but it's a animation. I like to keep all my animations low. Now, if I have an animation that interferes with this, I would put it above it, between these two maybe. But most animations do not interfere with that, and you can put them down here. However, like I said, sometimes there can be conflicts. You have to watch out for that. This is Leave My Eyes Alone. This is a little AFT thing where it tends to make your vampire followers have really super dark eyes. This is a patch for the College of Winterhold because I'm using enhanced lighting and effects. And this is just a little road patch for the Skyland All-in-One. This is more females. And this is my little idol. It's a lack of animation so that I don't get the twirly effect from TBBP animations, because your girls will just stand there and spin, and everybody in town will stand there and spin, all the girls. It can be super annoying. Then there's this, Rich Merchants of Skyrim. Technically, it does not say it has to be at the bottom. However, because it says it can be placed anywhere, I found that that's not totally true. So I started putting it down here. It's really small. I treat it like a little patch. It works perfectly down here. I think what I had problems with, because I started using that a long time ago, was probably when I was adding stuff like Ashara's Merchants and stuff like that. Probably some of that was messing with it. So I just moved it all the way down here, and I've just kept it down here ever since, and I never have any issue with it. This is something you use as needed. if you need to uninstall something and it really, for instance, let's say that HUD. Now this HUD, if I need to uninstall that, it can be a bear to uninstall because it wants to stay in your saved game. It wants to stay, that appearance wants to stay with your game. So to uninstall it can be a bear, and sometimes you need to do something special like using that down there to uninstall it. Now they give you directions on how to do it, so it's not too bad. If you follow their directions and do things the way they say do it, if that mod can help you, which it can't help everything, but if it can help you, it will help you. Let's see, what do they say it does? It says timescale. Actually, I don't think it mentions the HUD, so maybe that was a bad example. But you'll notice here, if you need to get rid of certain effects, it will help you get rid of those. So uninstall open cities. Oh, see, it does give you some other things here more than just that. So you don't know me and more. Okay. Alright, so thank you for watching, and I will catch you later.